Right, I'm just, this is just ridiculous. If anything kicks off on the tomorrow, 26th of night, 2020, I only come live for my birthday, short for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 9:30 UK time. NASA plans to hit an asteroid. I can't believe the BS. Let me go back.
Guys,
NS actually it's called NASA prepares to crash spaceship into rocket. What can go wrong? Okay, so let me get the details of this for the 26th of the night. Anything's possible, well, the way the world is, right? When you're awakened to the off-planet space program already, now NASA's going to crash a spaceship into an asteroid. Do you know the fallout effect onto the planetary system, right? The double asteroid test, okay, they call it, is on target for its first mission to impact and move on the asteroid. So, Nimbus, this is a reliable, I mean, there's biblical, I mean, there's so much going on. So, the banks crash overnight, God knows, I doubt it, but the biblical texts, people are getting out, it's so much stormy and debt and jubilee. Right, so media briefing preview DART mission, DART, impact of asteroid. I mean, doesn't that sound like a bloody movie, right? Like all the deep impact movies. Okay, and then don't forget in England, the mini budget targets, you know, I mean, and then right at the time when these mainstream UK political parties are in their annual conference mood, and then the volatile of the financial markets, especially England as well. Spacecraft healthy on track to crash into asteroid. I've got to listen to this. You know, their version, you know, is all controlled by the global elites, right? So I'm just going to listen into this. This is
Dimorphos is a tiny asteroid.
it's a small asteroid. It's doing the sign of Freemasonry. They don't know what the shape is. Hold on, I've got to do the screen share on this. This is this is just ridiculous. But anyway, anything's possible. Right, so this is not, I'm not here long. So mainstream news are covering it. You know what? It's all controlled. The mainstream news covers it as well. Right. The NASA mission that could save humanity is predicting. I mean, come on. Educateyourself.org is a website. Why don't you go into that and find the secret space programs, MyLabs, underground bases? This is in the public face, right? So they hold a news briefing. Why would they need to do that? When the advancement in technology is already there, they know what's going on. What I saw in the sky today when I was out was I don't know, uploaded it. So I'd like someone else's take on this. NASA's all set to clobber the words they use. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. So NASA's to crash a spaceship into the asteroid. There's all different formalities going on. And then, okay, you've got people are hinting solar storms. I mean, we've got multiple subjects going on. So you've got the Jupiter alignment of planetary systems going on right now in the solar system. You've got solar storms going on affecting earthquakes and uncertainty in the weather patterns and going on. You've got the new King of England and the uncertainty, all that's going on. You've got all the monetary system, all that's going on. It's all planned by the global 13 bloodline families from the past throughout the bloodlines to the history to date. Now, somebody was streaming just now and they blocked me joining, Internet of Things of hacking and blocking. So I gave up and I won't be here long because I need to rest, need to fresh up and rest. And so I've just been investing in some winter stuff when I was out shortly, and I need to go back out because I've had enough of this radiation around me, and I just need to see if I can get takeaway. I can save that we make 3 meals. So just in case, gosh forbid, power goes out, I can eat that. I mean, I got stuff, but I'd rather have something to treat myself. And look, if the cash is going to be worthless, I ain't got much, but if it's going to be worthless quite quickly and nothing comes in the bank tomorrow, and suddenly you wake up and there's a financial crash, and there's suddenly, say, I'm just pre-entering maybe scenarios. Say there's a military martial law. They're all corporations, but just say hindsight. And then you've got all these, someday a pastor shared some really good intake on a lot of violence going on in America that you're not seeing in the mainstream media. Where's that phone alarm? Let me sit on it. Sorry. What you reckon? Anybody out there? No, couldn't have happened, man. This is all Father's on. She cost a living birthday meal. Quite nice actually. Now, if anyone hasn't researched yet about the corona, what is corona? The sun, the corona, the sun house, the impact of the sun. That's more than one to be concerned about. It's ironic, which I misspelled. It should be Milo Blab, Super Soldiers. You can tell the new monitoring going on. So, do you want to see the birthday meal? Cheap and cheerful. It's very, very cold. Potato, carrots, gravy, and chicken. Very basic. But you can improvise when you need to. You will improvise with your food. And even if that place's not open, and it's just a bit of night air to come back because it's going to be raining, and you ain't going to find me going nowhere. I really don't miss the stomach as I speak. No, I am trying to upload a video. Gotta keep going, it's Darcy, haven't you? Right, so Nibiru effect of the skies, okay? NASA seem to, their agents, seem to cover this up. So portray it as something else. I'm just saying it could be. Portray it as something else to cover up really what's going on with the comets, the corona effect of the sun. Okay. Planet X, if you want to call it, but mainly if you look at the impact. I'm always getting bloody rerouted on the internet. So basically, don't lose the fear. You know, the fear is what they feed off. And shout out to those. UK is preparing for winter electricity blackouts. Oh my god. So NASA sending thing up to the comet. Why do you think all this Great Depression all these years ago and what people did, and this is what in my opinion, people should be looking at and trying to work out. You know, and my goodness me, have they been radiating me since I've been back in. So detoxing cheaply and things you can eat safely and reading the labels out of pour cans, right, of fruit, prepared, cooked potatoes or vegetables in cans that you can eat out the can, right, or jars, okay, or dried food that you can just eat like that. Because if you have no means of cooking, right, and it's the bottles of water, you know, if you don't have water coming out your main taps, what you're going to do you have water provide tablets to or life stores? You know, I'm not a prepper at all, but I'm just one for winter period, always been investing. So I've just today got some cheap, really cheap, and a bargain for me and my situation. It is the socks. Oh, they're so lovely. And the top and the trousers, well, the leggings. It's all about layering the clothes. So these are quite cheap. Now, and I'll show you for a few days because I'm so exhausted now. It was just nice just to. I could never get anything else but these practical things, and I have things already for the winter. I just need to go through bring out my winter stuff that's been stored away for the summer and just see, you know, change, pack away the summer stuff and bring out the winter stuff which I've already got, and I'm always prepared that way. And wind up torches, wind up radio, just in case. So I'm always one at the moment. I'm just watching the usage of mainstream electric and gas, but I also have a backup. And it's always looking at these scenarios, just in case scenario, just this, just that. But I have not splashed out, well, paid for anything clothes wise for myself for over well, really practically always make do. I've always had that ability to make things last. So today was the first time in a long, long time I treated myself instead of paying for everyday things or weekly things, monthly sort of thing. And the cost of UK's extra living payment hasn't come through. It's meant to come through, and these corporations in England, public funded, who's offering so many people a similar situation to me, the extra 150 is not gone into people's banks at all. Because the assumption by, I think it was an individual that runs this website, um, and he's doing his bloody great job about the increased energy costs and other subjects, and said that on the social media platforms that there's a lot of people in England that's not been receiving, and a certain public servant, well known, claiming there was a computer glitch. No, there wasn't. You can't print money out of thin air. And when you learn about business and commerce, you know, where does money come from? It comes from the people, from the trust bond account. The Great Fire of London, all those centuries ago, created debt slaves of humanity, especially in England. So it's all to do with learning about business and commerce and offsetting, you know, using how to do the promissory notes. Then you're offsetting the bill. Well, you need to really learn about the Bills of Exchange Act 1882. And then there's the banking family, the real history, and bring it forward today. And here we are. I do believe it's going to go back to bartering system, for exchange of goods and services, and what's going to be valuable apart from gold and silver if you have assets and be able to invest in that. The global reset is all to do with digital currency. It's all about control. So another scaremongering video is not worth knowing about. Not my opinion. So I'm just trying to get back up what they're trying to scaremonger. Because you know it's all demonic. You know, a lot of this is very demonic. So what? Let's have a listen. You just get your rocks, your
No insurance? No problem. Book today and let us do anything to make you smile.
So let's see if I can get this article up. They might block this
If you
website.
need to replace your windows or doors, you don't need to wait until next spring.
Sarah Hedge is a website. London banks prepare for possible blackouts. Banking financial firms in London are closely studying and updating backup plans for electricity supplies. Plans to protect themselves and their customers in the case of power outages in the UK in the winter. Some banks are discussing the idea again, encouraging work from home. Here we go. Work from home policies from previous past 2 years, COVID-19, or using off-site locations Agents of the Trade Association, which is a limited company, UK Financial Coordinating Tasks told a certain news outlet. The UK and the rest of Europe are preparing for potential blackouts this winter. We'll just go back in the 1970s. I remember how we coped as kids growing up. It's ridiculous, I tell you. They should never got rid of the coal mines and the original proper power, Free energy is out there, and they should never commoditise it by the Rockefellers. Anyway, it says, especially the weather is colder than usual and gas and power shortages, they're going to restrict that with the smart technology, aren't they? And potentially, the power shortages strain the grids. They're not governments, they're corporations, okay? They're just masquerade. We're a government, we got authority over you. No, they haven't. They imply they have. You know how the technology is, advancement technology anyway. So it says in Europe, and asking people to conserve energy to avoid. Why they pay the high rates if they want you to restrict your own use of it? They need to reduce the requirement to pay for your electricity and gas, your energy costs, if they want people to restrict their energy usage. Because the global connections of Freemasonry, Illuminati, and the bigger pyramid picture, they're going to be alright, they ain't going to care. Okay? Now, I found out today somebody I've known for a while, for years, died. I don't know how he died yet, it's not publicly known. But I found out today that he passed away. I only saw him 2 days ago. And he looked healthy. So I would like to know what really happened to him. So, but they're never going to let you know, are they? He had a flat and he was begging on the street. He wasn't homeless. He's always had his flat and he's always been connected to certain people. Anyway, going back to the article. There's no sense of panic, just everyone is making sure their ducks are in a row. What ironic, isn't it? Director of Operations Reliance at UK Finance told a well-known news item. Stop bloody targeting me, you perps, on my bloody head. New technology. This summer, London narrowly avoided a blackout in the eastern part of the city at the interchange. Why? While London, much of the UK, was having a hottest day. Don't you realise what weather engineering and geoengineering is? HARP. They're controlling the weather. Why? Educate yourself to law, or geoengineering watch the law. Do you understand? Anyway, I'll go on. Then Britain's high power demand and bottleneck on the grid left parts of East London close to blackout, so it's alleged. The UK, however, managed to avoid a blackout in London by buying more electricity from Belgian corporation. You might want to research how, if you work in the industry, how this works. Anyway, I'll go on. Outside the United Kingdom, the banks, corporations across Europe are bracing for energy rationing. Possible, and this is where it's scaremongers all day, possibility of power outages this winter by getting backup generators ready. Yeah, you tell me who else can afford their own personal generator. Oh, where are you going to get the gas or energy to use that generator from? If there's supply shipping problems as well. So you always need to think ahead, kind of thing. And it goes on to imply so that won't leave bank transactions. They want to change the currency anyway. Come on. And the ATMs in the dark. If the energy crisis worsens. Sources familiar with the plan told well-known news outlet early in the month, as the so-called public servants in Europe appeal for voluntary gas. See, it's voluntary. It's voluntary. Gas, restrictions of the individual's own choice. Common sense will tell you what you need to do anyway. And even considering rationing banks, okay, are also bracing for a difficult winter. Please research, educate yourself to all if you want to, and realise the banking system, they don't have any money in the first place. It's just a building for show. It's what people put in to the banks and they lend out to the banks and they make profit and interest. It's digitalisation already. Nothing new. They just want to reserve they want to turn it over, always have been, to digitalisation and digital currency. It is all combined together. Anyway, the article goes, and is considering that the banking system is too important for Europe and its economy to be left affected by the power outrages, right? And somebody's made a video to scaremonger people, but you really need to educate yourself and learn this knowledge too. So good on Zero Hedge getting the truth out for once. But people just make short videos and that scaremongers everybody else, right? Potentially anyway. The Great Bond Crash of 2022. Where is the credit events? We are not missing the obvious credit weakness, but government's balance sheets, and especially when into the outlook in the, oh gosh, there's a lot of good articles out. There's volatility in the markets anyway, and this is a lot of fear everywhere. Okay, observations on the volatility, the market. So now that's more important to learn about. The article is so good, it's one of the premium members only, unfortunately. The basic information is free. And there's a website charges for a lot of information. Don't be a jerk. What's this? It's about, don't panic. Let's have a look. Okay. Well, I usually get an email with this particular website anyway. So just let me know.
If you need to replace your windows or doors, you don't need to wait until next spring.
I'm not doing that because it's just fearmonger. No, I don't do that. What's the point? Yeah, there's more serious things as well going on. Because when people know the truth, well, yeah, there is also electricity and the radio frequencies. There's a lot more advanced in technology. What they put out mainstream media is just nothing. Really is nothing that needs to be concerned about, of course, but there is a lot more going on. Right, I'm just checking the chat. Yeah, I knew you were hacking my internet straight away. Right. So what is this I'm going to do with spacecraft? Let's have a look.
That leads to technical challenges of hitting an asteroid is a tough thing to do.
We've been doing a bunch of rehearsals, and some of the rehearsals are very nominal, like this is what we expect on impact day. But then we also get into the contingencies, and we've been doing rehearsals where we introduce unknown contingencies to the
Is it
team.
shapeshift?
We are truly trained up to handle nominal situation and then any contingencies that occur. So at this point, I can say that the team is ready, the ground systems are ready, and the spacecraft is healthy and on track for an impact on Monday.
Come on, stop happening.
Tiny asteroid. We've never seen it up close. We don't know what it looks like. We don't know what the shape is. And that's just one of the things that leads to the technical challenges of DART. Hitting an asteroid is a tough thing to do.
We've been doing a bunch of
A bit old, aren't they?
rehearsals, and some of the rehearsals are very
Shape-shifting hands. Is he a clone or is he real? Makeshift background. Are they all underground bunkers already?
nominal, like this is what we expect on impact day. But then
Impact day. Look at the words they use. Deep impact. Might be worth watching that film, but I wouldn't watch it if you're concerned. Is a deep space program already out there?
we also get into the contingencies, and we've been doing rehearsals where we introduce
September's the month of preparedness anyway, generally, for public servants, for anything that might happen. It's not just this.
unknown contingencies to the team, and we watch their behavior. We make sure they are truly trained
He keeps blinking his eyes.
to handle the nominal situation and then any contingencies that occur. So at this point, I can say that the team
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Oh, 6, number 6. Look at the image. Oh. They're hacking in. They're using satellites. Come on. They don't need anything. They've got advanced technology. It's not look like a Stargate. The logo. New satellites. Bit of a walk. Oh, it's a double asteroid. Look at the symbolism of the arrow. That meant to be the sun, and that's meant to be the asteroid. And look at the wording, I mean, design. Whatever happens, happens. Anyway, I've got to go. I got to go. And to relax.